Okay. And I guess this is like the big question that people always ask is they go, are they worth the money? Is it worth paying to get a buyer's agent to help me buy my next property? Are you worth the money? What do you say to that when your clients say to you, Prince, are you going to be worth the money for me?
I would say 200%.
Okay.
I'm definitely
100,
worth the
200.
money. The amount
Okay.
of experience and the skill and the networking and the negotiation I have brought to the table is much more than what I charge for.
Right.
And just giving a clear example of saving 30 grand even before the property is bought, or saving a client, building up the equity within no time.
Hmm.
That is much more than the fee that they charge, the buyer's
Yeah.
agent will charge, right? And this is where I come into picture. So I don't work on the transactions, Mary. For me, the relationship and the trust is the most important part.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I buy those properties for my client, which I can buy for myself, right?
Mhm.
Otherwise, there's no point to be in the industry. I'm not here to make money or to grow my business on the cost of my buyers or clients.
Mhm.
I work purely on the trust and relationship. One client I met, and this guy was sitting on a cash of a pile of cash, and he had a lot of money. He had
Mhm.
balance in the redraw balance, and I was just told him, like, I said, like, listen, the money doesn't grow by itself.
Yes.
We have to channelize it in the right way. So how about I come up with a strategy that really helps him? So I did a strategy formulation for him, and now I'm buying the second property for him within 1 month.
Wow.
So there's a value.
Yeah.
As I said, there's a value, and the value comes by negotiations, getting the right price of the property. And as I said, the fees is tax deductible. And I
Yeah.
said, I look for the areas where there's a natural growth. You know, in my investor clinic, which is like a clinic itself, there's a
Mhm.
buyer's lab.
Mhm.
I call it a lab because I educate people. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not here just to make money out of it. I'm just here to educate people, to educate my client. So if
Yeah.
someone comes to me and they don't know anything about the property, investment, I don't charge them for that. I can help them
Oh,
throughout the whole journey
nice.
to help them understand how this thing work.
Yeah.
And I have a very clear quote behind it. Timing is the key.
Yes.
Someone told me a very sleek quote, very important quote on the time. They say if you are early, you're on time,
Yes.
and
In
if you're
property,
on time, you're late,
you're too late there.
and
Yeah.
if you are late, don't come.
Yeah. That's so true for property. That is so true
Absolutely.
for
So
property.
there is no right time. You have to start early. Even if you're not ready, you have to start early. You talk to a specialist like me. You discuss your requirements. Even if you're not ready for another 6 months,
Mhm.
it's good to do some prep work. This is what I help my clients to educate them. We formulate a plan for them. Even if they're not ready now, they may be ready in 6 months or 1 year time. At least they
Yeah.
know where they're heading towards.
So just on that, just to expand on that, when is a good time to engage a buyer's agent? Like you mentioned 6 to 12 months on, because sometimes you talk to somebody and they'll say, oh, I'm not going to be ready until, I won't have a deposit ready until like another 12 months time. It's too soon. And I'm always encouraging people to say, reach out and start the conversation because you don't know. It's never a case of, whatever you're looking for is not going to be there
Yeah.
just because you're ready now or you're ready in 12 months time. So when is a good time to engage with you if somebody's thinking, and then somebody's saving and preparing to buy a property later on?
I would say now. I would say the time when they're ready to
Yeah.
even think about a property, that's
Yeah.
the time. You know, I give you a very clear example. Look, I've learned through my own mistakes. The first
Yeah.
mistake I did, I landed up in Sydney in 2007, and I started depositing 20% for my first property because I was so keen to buy property here. It
Yeah.
took me 2 years to deposit 20%. And by the time I was ready with 20% deposit, the property market was already up by 20%.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah.
So if I could have invested in the property when even I had 5% deposit,
Mm-hmm.
paying LMI as well, I could have made more money than I'm sitting on now.
Getting all right
So
now.
I would just start early. Even
Yeah.
if you have a $1 in your bank account,
Yeah.
start thinking about how to make it two,
Yeah.
you know? And then people like me or people like your financial planner, maybe a good start, have a word with them, have a word with me, and discuss what exactly your goals are. maybe I can help you. There, there are so many products in the market. There are even products available, Mary, you won't even know that I have no money at all, but I have a good saving, good salary, good employment, good job. There
Yes.
are there are finance companies who actually fund your deposit as well.
Yep.
So it's good to start early. Doesn't matter if you have 20% deposit or 5% deposit. It's good to start early, talk to someone, and they will help you out.
So if somebody wants to reach out and talk to you, what's the best way to get in contact with you, Prince?
They can give me a call. My number will be there on my business card. I can share the business card with you, and they can call me at 0421-276-275. That's my number. I'll give more details, and also they can send me an email at info@investorclinic.com.au.
And
I'm
you've got a
available.
website as well,
Yes,
right?
I've got a website as well. It's called investorclinic.com.au.
Mm-hmm.
They can reach out to me through that. I have a social media presence as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say pick up the phone, give me a call, and I will always be available to pick up your call and discuss. So I have a very clear goal, Mary. It doesn't matter if I have one client or 100 or 1,000 clients. I will always be available to pick up the first call and discuss with them. And I will be the one who will discuss in their first discovery session, because I don't want to leave it to the wealth specialist. I have absolutely is doing a fantastic job in my
Yeah.
company, but it's about building that trusted relationship with my clients, and I'm always available for them.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Prince. This isn't going to be our first session. I think we're going to have you definitely come back and, talk, do a bit more of a deep dive into other areas. We get asked questions quite a lot, do I buy a unit, a house, New South Wales, interstate? There's a lot of questions that we get asked a lot when we go and meet with our client base. And I like to bring that here and ask you to just expand on that. So people are informed, so that if, you've got people that are a little bit too scared to pick up the phone and ask questions because they think, oh, it's a silly question, but then at least they can come here and get some answers and feel a little bit more confident, and then hopefully take the next step and reach out to you. So thank you for your
Absolutely.
time today.
I
Thank
look
you.
forward to hear all those questions and give those answers. And at the end of the day, I'm here to educate people on the property, and
Thank
I'm
you.
always available for that. Thank you so much, Mary. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Prince.